You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Total Divas After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Total Divas After Show.
Happy Monday, guys, and welcome to AFTERBUZZ TV's Total Divas After Show. This is the season finale, Season 1, Episode 14, Ready to Ride.
She's singing along.
There is my home slice singing right now, a.k.a. Charlotte Broadbent. She loves this song.
I love this song so much.
And who's the fella next to you?
Oh, hey, Christian.
Oh, hey, Charlotte.
What's going on?
Nothing much. What's going on with you?
I want to keep singing.
You keep
And
singing.
that
I'm not going to
is
stop you. I'm not gonna
Christian
stop you.
Rosenberg
Hi there.
in his turquoise
This is
rosy shirt.
my special like finale shirt. Thank you, studio audience.
Yes,
thank you so much.
I like the new look.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, the blue looks great on you. I am Kaori Takee.
Yeah, who are you?
Kaori Takee. That's
Oh,
right.
did you get booed or was that a gasp? What
That
was
was
that?
ooh. That's what it was. All right, guys. So this last night was the season finale, and there was a lot of wedding/engagement talk. So let's just get to it.
Heavy talk.
But before we get to all that talk, let's talk about Nattie being a drunkard on the streets of Bourbon Street. How ironic! And calling Stephanie McMahon and fearing the results of that. So I don't know how often, like for me, it was brand new having Nattie become a belligerent drunk, aka Brie moding.
Right.
Natty mode.
Yeah,
That doesn't roll off the
I
tongue
was
as well as Brie
confused.
mode.
No.
Brie mode. What is that? Brie always gets drunk?
When Brie gets drunk, they call it Brie mode because like she turns to a whole different person when she's drunk. She doesn't
Apparently,
do it often, but when she does.
In one of the previous episodes, I believe it was Nattie and TJ's
The bachelorette party.
bachelor party. She was Brie moding.
She was really, yeah.
So I guess they all call being belligerent drunks Brie mode now, which is a thing. They do it even in the ring too. When she's wrestling, she yells out Brie mode now.
When she
really?
starts like her comeback and kind of like a house of fire, getting a lot of offense in, the commentators are going, "Oh, she's entering Brie mode."
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Nattie got super drunk to the point of offending, what's her name? I was going to call her Cameron.
Ariane. She called Ariane a prostitute.
She called Ariane a prostitute, a slutty dancer, pretty much. And, while Ariane's trying to take her phone away. But Nattie is making these phone calls to Stephanie McMahon about how she wants to be the Divas champion again.
9 of them. She made 9 calls to her boss, probably in between the hours of midnight and 4 a.m. or something like that.
And it got increasingly more like drunk, and it's just so funny. And because it's so out of her character to be like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I thought that Stephanie McMahon took it really well.
I think Nattie got off way too light.
She got off real easy.
If it was Eva Marie that had those drunk dials of Stephanie, she would have been gone by the sunrise.
I don't think so. Eva Marie's gotten away with a lot of things this season.
No, like someone without the pedigree and who hasn't been around as long as Nattie would have gotten severely punished for something like that.
Mm-hmm. And I kind of felt like Stephanie actually laughed it off with her because they have a certain bond that like they both come from lineage. So she's kind of like, what's the word? She takes good care of Nattie. So like, you feel me, you see me, don't do it next time. Boom, done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I'm not wearing underwear.
I was just gonna say
ready
that.
to
Oh my god.
And I'm ready to ride.
She was like, oh wow, that's the wrong
That was
person.
supposed to go to TJ. Or was it supposed to go to Jarrett? We don't know.
Oh, I don't think we'll be hearing from Jared for a while, unless they want to throw a curveball at us. But
Like, I've drunk dialed, but not 9 times. That's a lot.
That's a lot of times.
Let alone to your boss.
To your boss. And leaving voicemails. It's not even like she picked up.
And she's increasingly getting angrier and angrier. I should be the Divas champion.
And you know
And then I quit.
It's funny though because she's actually calling her at 5 in the morning. I would have drunk texted. I mean, isn't that the way to go nowadays?
Right?
That's kind of weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've sent my fair share of drunk texts in the past.
See, drunk text though. When's the last time you drunk dialed?
I've accidentally pocket dialed people while I was maybe intoxicated.
Yeah, so I think it's a little bit of a stretch.
Including my mentor years ago, which was kind of interesting.
Oh gosh, and did you get away with it?
Well, it was a pocket dial. He could tell it was a pocket dial, so he wasn't angry at me.
But you're right. I've drunk dialed, but then if I didn't answer, then you text.
Yeah,
I don't leave voicemail after voicemail after voicemail.
I don't think so either. And she got away with it. And it was kind of funny. It was kind of cute because I always imagine her being just so good and not really can do no wrong. And in the season finale, she messes up a little bit, but she got away with it.
Can we talk about her approaching Fandango about this?
He looked really good.
Oh God, that's not what I wanted. Well, like,
that's what I was thinking.
Why is Fandango in all of Nattie's situations?
He's greasing himself up and looking really good is why he's in all of her situations.
Well, I like the fact that when she approached him and said like, I did something really bad with Steph, and his first response was, "Would you two make out?"
I love Fandango.
That's what he wants to see.
Yeah. And that's what we want to see, you know. just putting it out there.
All right. That's all I wanted to bring up with that. You can move on from Fandango now.
Fandango. All right. So let's move on to everyone's weddings, engagements, etc. But before we do that, let's talk about iTunes because we want you guys to stop over to iTunes, give us a rating, 5 stars preferred. Comment, let us know what you think of this show, what you thought of the season finale, what you think of Christian, of Charlotte singing, of me.
No, don't comment on my singing.
Yeah, let us know.
The stars represent our show, not her singing. I'm kidding.
5 stars for her singing.
5 stars for the singing. Why not?
She gets E for effort. And also go to YouTube and comment. We always read those things and we respond.
Yes, we do.
We really do.
This is true.
All right, so let's talk about Eva and Jonathan. Yes, Jonathan, who I don't have my notes. Whoa, magical. All right, so Eva and Jonathan go to Eva's place in Concord, California, which is in the Bay Area. And
what was that?
I lived in the Bay for a while, so, you know.
Did you just attempt to raise the roof?
I was doing a little hyphy. Okay, all right, so. Wow, I'm not going to get into it here.
I didn't realize it was 2001.
It's always 2001 when you want to get hyphy.
I like it. I like your move.
I guess I'm outnumbered right now. Go on.
So, Eva goes home. It's her birthday, and her family's so excited to see her. They
didn't seem that excited to see her.
Really? I thought they were very amped to see her. I thought so.
Well, I thought they were extremely confused. They were happy to see her, and then it was like, wait, who's this guy that's with you?
That's the throw-off. And to make matters worse is, 1, she didn't tell them that he was coming, and 2, she didn't tell them that she had a boyfriend, nor that they're engaged. So basically, they're going to have a huge bomb explode over breakfast. And that's basically what happens.
Yeah, and you know, they always say the most important thing is like your first impression or like debut is the most important thing.
And he didn't have a shirt on.
He's wearing a hooded sweatshirt with nothing under it, and he has like the zipper halfway down.
Which was hilarious.
I couldn't. I was just like, is this a joke? Yeah. And it looked like he had oil on or something.
He reminded me of The Situation.
You know what you do? You
did.
You wear like a nice button-down shirt, tie optional, and you bring her mom roses. Yeah.
Well, that's not going to happen. I mean, there's a lot of things I have to say about this. For example, when her family did not accept it and they walked out, he shouldn't do that.
Yeah, you don't just walk off. You're trying to impress her family. They're never gonna like you now. You just got up and left. You at least say, he should have at least sat down and stayed and been like, look, I love your daughter. He should have been explaining that he has a tattoo of her name. Everything was just
I agree.
terrible.
There were so many things wrong with this. It wasn't even funny.
My God.
I completely agree with you. And when he was doing everything that she wanted to do, I feel like he should have stopped her and said, hey, we got to do this the right way. And then when she was driving off saying, let's just get married, let's just elope. Oh, I'm ready to do this whenever you want, baby. Anything you want to do. Like, he's just obsessed with her. Why? I don't know. But then again, you look at it and it makes sense.
I will tell you why. Because she's hot and she's on TV now. And he wants to rake in that money. You want to get married now? Let's do it right now while you're still famous. Done.
I gotta say, though, Eva Marie's dad is a little scary. A little scary.
No,
The
he's
whole
a protector.
family. It was like freaking the brothers and everyone.
I had no problem with her family at all. I thought they acted quite justly for the most part.
I think so too, but I do think that Eva Marie's dad was a little intimidating.
The whole family.
I don't know
was
what it
intimidating.
was.
Oh my
Well,
God.
she's the baby girl.
All of them.
So she has multiple brothers and a protective father. And she's bringing this guy who none of them have ever, not even met, have even heard of. She's never told them about him on the phone.
See, that's weird.
I mean...
Yeah, she's weird. And they've only been dating for a couple months.
Well, that was what caught me off guard.
Yeah, you go first, because then there's a whole thing that I'm confused about with that, but you go first.
The fact that they've only been dating a couple months, he has a tattoo on his arm. A tattoo that big, don't they take a while to heal?
Yeah, but...
Like, because it was the whole...
It would take... well, I'm just guessing because I don't have a tattoo.
How big is the tattoo?
It was all like down his forearm.
But he's very muscly.
It takes the same amount for any tattoo to heal.
Yeah,
It's
I
just-
wouldn't take...
What, a few
not
days
that
or
long.
a week?
I mean, it depends. Like, right after you get it, it's going to be fine. You just have to keep it. It's going to be bumpy, but then it starts to scab after, like, a day or two.
Oh, okay.
And then,
so it
like,
doesn't take that
it
long.
takes another week or two to have all the scab come off and actually... I mean, it takes about 3 weeks total for your skin to be back to where it was
Okay,
before.
so,
Okay, thank
so
you,
they've
Steven.
been dating a couple months. It takes like a month for the tattoo to look that good, as good as it did. So what? He got that tattoo a month after meeting?
This is the problem that I have with it, because I don't know if they just completely film things way out of order and now
Right.
present it now or what. Because here's the thing: we briefly met Jonathan in like the first or second episode, the second episode of the season. This show started right around WrestleMania time.
Okay.
Right now, as of last week's episode, they were at the Night of Champions wrestling pay-per-view, which was in September. WrestleMania was April.
Yes.
That's 4, 5,
5
6,
months.
7, 8, 9. That's 5 to 6 months in between the two. She was obviously dated him before WrestleMania time. Because then they got engaged.
Well, that particular episode, they said that they were dating for 7 months. Up to that point.
Up to that point, 7 months. This is, if they followed the schedule, and this happened around the same time, that's 5 to 6 months later, and then she told him we're dating a couple months. That's over a year.
Yeah.
And you hid that from your family for over a year?
And you've never told your family that you have a boyfriend?
That's
what?
weird. Especially how she talks about how close she is with her family and how much she loves her mother and all that stuff. And another weird thing is that she was already previously engaged.
That was news.
How old is she?
She's, I think, 29 or something.
Late 20s.
She is?
Late
Oh,
20s.
She's a lot older than I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's previously been engaged.
To a much
And-
older guy.
A much older guy that
And she
broke her
said-
heart.
Yeah, and
she
she
lost-
lost her identity.
Yeah, she lost her
I thought it was
identity.
cool that she said that because I think a lot of people do lose their identities in relationships.
Yep.
And not many people recognize that. So the fact that she recognized it, I was like, okay, props, girl. 'cause
I completely agree with you.
That's really cool that you acknowledged and you're like, I'm not going to do that again.
Yeah, I completely
So I was
agree with
like,
you that she...
that's- yeah.
When she said that, it was like, oh, Eva had a, a moment as well.
Yeah.
A vulnerability of Eva. That was
Yeah.
a bonus point for her, which doesn't come often.
But that was weird. She's been... That was weird. They should just not have put that in. 'Cause
Really?
Everything was contradictory.
I would have
was
rather
just all
just
confusing.
I would have rather just seen Trinity and John hang out.
Yeah, they weren't even shown in this.
I think
Yeah, they weren't in
it
this
was
one at
just
all.
the pattern of the engagement and marriage.
They kept the theme.
And then, the whole theme of
Yeah.
it for the season finale. And so they decide that they're going to elope, that he's going to go fly to Orlando, and then they're going to fly to Vegas, get married real quick, and then she'll be a married woman. But after a while, she thinks about it, and she realizes that she really wants a good wedding. Like, she wants her parents to be a part of it. She wants her father to walk her down the aisle. So she decides that that's not what she wants.
But she was also informed by WWE that she has to work 40 days straight, so she wouldn't be able to go to Vegas.
I think that's an excuse.
No, they do that.
I
to
know, but
people.
I think her saying that is an excuse. I don't think that I think she really I don't think she wants to elope, basically.
I think she was using that as an excuse.
Which one?
Like saying, oh, well, we're stuck here for 40 days, so I can't now fully go through with one because she suddenly got cold feet about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I
Okay.
think that she basically realized when she calmed down and when she realized she wasn't that mad at her parents and she understood their perspective that, okay, I want them to be a part of my my wedding, and I want to have a nice, beautiful wedding. So she got cold feet, and then it was an excuse, the 40 days thing, which is true, but she still didn't want to.
Now, if Jonathan paid for that flight to Orlando to then, like, just see her briefly, because then they were supposed to be going to Vegas to elope, and now all of a sudden he's being told, nope, I'm going to have to be going on the road, so we're not going to be able to do that, I'd be kind of pissed.
I don't think so, because he loves her and he understands that she was being irrational at the time that she made that commitment. So I think that when he said, I will marry you tomorrow, today, whenever I can wait for a long time, I think that shows that he just wants to make her happy.
Yeah.
As long
I
as...
was kind of confused. What's the rush? Why do you have to go and
Exactly.
elope? Like,
she was
what?
She was angry.
Because
Like-
she's currently famous. So he wants to
but
take.
why
He
do you
wants
have
to
to get married?
take. He wants to get married while
But
she's
she
on top.
wanted to get married, and I was like, what?
She was
I
just
was
being a little
like,
bratty, I
huh?
think.
Like, what? You want to go to Vegas and get married in a chapel on the strip?
I would
Like
do
what?
that, actually.
Really?
I don't know what it
You
is. I
would?
don't care about having an extravagant wedding. It's weird. I've spoken about this.
I don't think I care about marriage. Maybe that's my problem.
Oh yeah, that's right. You don't.
So that's probably my...
But anyway,
Am I the only one that wants a giant wedding?
do you want a giant wedding full of roses?
Lots of roses. Lots of roses.
All little rosebuds everywhere.
Oh,
I think you do.
The room be full of my rosebuds there to celebrate.
I think Charlotte will plan your wedding for you.
Awesome.
She's talking about it for you
Done.
A
already.
little heart of roses.
I'm hiring you as my wedding planner.
I think I did a
Oh
good
my
job.
goodness. Okay, now I lost my train of thought. But let's move on, I guess, to Brie and
Well, that's in
Bryan.
typical Eva Marie fashion. We lose our train of thought.
Yes.
So go on.
Are you calling me Eva Marie?
No.
Okay,
I'm just
good.
saying it's similar to Eva Marie.
So Brie and Bryan,
You have a little red in your hair though.
it's pink.
Sorry.
Pink. There's a
Cute.
difference.
I love
Sorry.
It's
wow, I made her
red
angry.
and white equal pink. So everyone's pink.
Boom.
Yes, ma'am.
She boomed you.
Yes, she did.
She did.
I'm just
did
gonna
that.
go over here. Should I go? Should I just go?
Just leave. Just leave.
Bye. So Brie and Bryan. Oh, you're back. Welcome back. Oh gosh. One more time. Three-peat. Brie and Bryan are on vacation in Big Sur, and he rents out a cabin, and it's
hippie
really
retreat.
nice. A hippie retreat. She talks about taking a dump where he can see her.
That's kind of gross.
Yeah, I was about to say, oh, this was the cutest part, but then you said that. And I
Well,
was like,
that is what happened, right?
Yeah.
So they go out in the woods and they're looking at all their hippie stuff, hugging trees, taking pictures on logs and waterfalls and cliffs and everything. And, he decides he's going to propose to her and tells her, you know what? Isn't the sea beautiful? I want
a gorgeous
to
view.
spend the rest of my life with you. And it was weird because honestly, I felt like it was so staged. It was a part of me that felt that Brie knew this was coming, even though she
Really?
said she didn't. It just looked so staged. Like, cut. Okay, do this again, Brie. Look more surprised. It just didn't look like she was.
I'm sure. I'm
shocked.
sure that happened, but yeah.
Well, as
Maybe the first time she was.
Oh,
yeah,
so yeah.
I'm guessing like as soon.
I don't think they used the first time.
Propose a different way and then
Yeah.
do it again, just a different
We
way.
just need a better light.
Yeah.
No, as soon as he started the talk of like it's been like 2 years, 7 months, 10 days, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
As soon as he started that, you know what's about to happen.
But I
Right.
feel like it's like that with any proposal. When you start off and say the whole name and it's like kind of know what's coming. Like, I mean, you don't just say Charlotte Elizabeth Broadbent for,
Right.
if you start saying
Yeah,
that,
We
then
now
it's
know
like,
what
okay.
your middle name is.
If a
Charlotte
man,
Elizabeth Broadbent.
Elizabeth.
Would you do me the honor of moving a little to your right?
no,
She said yes.
that's so great. Oh my gosh. meme moment right there. GIF or GIF, however you want to call it. But that's true, though. It just felt so. The moment a man says your full name, then
It's like, you know what's coming.
and talks about romantic stuff and plans things out, because men never plan things out, then something's up.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to try to defend men with that statement?
No.
Okay,
If it's not
because I
Valentine's,
wasn't prepared to defend it.
if it's not Valentine's Day, then a man will not plan something
You just
out.
completely missed my joke there. Go on.
Because it wasn't funny, okay?
Wow.
Just
We're
kidding.
sassy today.
Yes,
Apparently.
So now they're engaged.
What's happening?
Congratulations.
Yay!
Cute.
Yes, they are very cute. They are the Total Divas power couple.
Totally.
And not only does he plan this whole weekend with her, he also plans an engagement party.
This is the cutest part.
This was well done.
Yes, so they go even deeper into the woods. It felt very Chronicles of Narnia-ish, but it's okay. And they met each other's families for the first time, which was very nice. And Nikki was there, and it was beautiful. It was very, very beautiful.
You come out to the surprise. You have like a little like string quartet there, or was it a trio?
Yeah.
And like a whole nice table setting. It's gonna be all this fancy dinner, and all of a sudden, Nikki is out in the woods. All of a sudden.
Yeah,
I
you
was
did.
like, oh, this is so cute.
It was
like
cute.
all the families and the little kid, and Nikki was there, and it's like,
I just wonder how much of it did Bryan genuinely
plan? Probably none of it.
Well,
Yeah.
But we can pretend that he did.
Well, we saw like the flashback of him talking with Nikki about it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Nikki / the producers helped out quite a bit.
Yes. I mean, that was a great. I mean, that's
my gosh,
that's a
that's
great way to
so
propose to a woman and then have an engagement party, a surprise engagement party. She's a lucky girl.
She is. It was just so cute. The way that they were all there, the setup, everything. I was like, that's so, and because it's your twin, I feel like you're on a different level when you're a twin, and like she wants to celebrate and like hug Nikki,
Yeah.
you know, and it was like,
And she also had like a nice wedding ring. I mean, a engagement ring. Apparently, it was vines, and then like it was shaped like vines of
and
a
was it
tree.
leaves? Like,
Yeah, something
Like
like that.
holding the
the-
diamond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very fitting for that couple.
Yeah.
yeah, and it was gold too, and I don't see many gold engagement rings.
And also now she's to Total Divas standards, she is now in a storyline with Daniel Bryan as the
Yeah, now
protective
they brought it on. They brought on TV now.
Yeah.
Where they were saying, oh well, everyone's going to see that they're engaged based on Total Divas, so we can't exactly make Daniel Bryan be in love with some other girl on WWE TV because no one will buy it. So you know what? Let's put this over here and let Randy Orton make fun of Daniel Bryan for it on TV.
Did you like that when they do that?
It depends. I felt that particular storyline in wrestling, I felt they forced it because of this. It didn't feel like it organically happened because in WWE standpoint, you never saw Randy Orton in real life be trying to hit on Brie Bella much. It was like one backstage segment where he tried to flirt with her and failed, and that was pretty much the extent of it. It's one thing if they try to build it up a little more, but because of when the show was airing, how it all came out, the success of Total Divas, like, all right, we just got to throw it in there right now.
Yeah,
And that's what they did.
that is what they did.
Nothing's happened with Trinity.
No, there hasn't been like the love interest storyline with
I
Trinity
don't
or
know
anything
if that's
like that.
going to happen.
I don't think it can, again, because of the Total Diva show, because everyone sees her
Yeah.
with John.
Right. And also she's not, unless they want to blow up her character on wrestling.
Or they do some type of weird storyline thing where the Uso twins are playing a trick on her, and she's really like been secretly like dating the other one, which would just be awful.
That would be kind of cool.
No,
I
that
didn't
would not be
realize-
cool.
I want to look at what he looks like. The twin.
They
Have you
look
looked
the
at
same.
John?
Identical.
Have you looked at John? He looks
That's what
like
he
him.
looks like. That's. I've always wanted an identical twin. That's so
Really?
freaking cool.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't.
because then if one's good at math and one's good at English, one can do all the math
That wouldn't
exams,
work.
and
Just
like
do a
one
whole
can
like
do all the English
sister episode.
There's always like a mole that changes everything, okay?
But there's no way teachers would know that. I've always want.
I'm so... Unless AJ wants to be my twin, I'd be cool with that.
You don't look like AJ.
I know. Well, she's
That doesn't mean you can't be
Spanish
twins.
or
Yeah,
Latino or
AJ's sorry.
something.
AJ's not Asian. I'm sorry.
I know. I didn't say I look like AJ. I just said I wouldn't mind being her twin.
Yeah.
There's a
You got the
very big
pigtails
difference.
going. Got the pigtails going for it.
But now I've lost my train of thought again.
Well,
Darn it!
sorry.
Okay, I'm going back. Here we go. Okay, so Brie's at the engagement party, and Nikki's there, and Nikki is talking about John Cena to her mother because Nikki she realizes she wants a wedding, and then she's looking at her nieces and nephews and realizes that she wants kids. And she knows that John Cena is not going to be able to provide that for her because there are two things that he's adamant about and that will not change in his life, and that's having children and wanting to get married. He does not want to get married, and he does not want children. So let's toss it over to Nikki and John. John invites all of Nikki's friends over from
And pays
Hooters.
for them all.
And pays for them all.
Pays for the flight, pays for the stretch Hummer, pays for the dinners,
Yep.
the drinks.
That's amazing. That was pretty
so
awesome.
amazing.
Very, very cool. And it kind of backfires because she's poolside with them and they are shocked that she says she's okay with not having children or getting married. And then they actually have this conversation with John Cena over the dinner. They kind of question him.
I felt
Right?
bad for John because he's
It was
being
like an awkward
Yeah.
situation.
he's being bombarded
After he'd paid for all of their flights and food, I
by like
wouldn't have
all
been
like
saying anything.
he's
Yeah.
bombarded by like her entire sorority or whatever.
Hooters girls. Or
The Hooters girls, girls from
Sorority.
college, and yeah, they're just like attacking him with these questions. And he gave, they might not be the answers that they wanted to hear, but they were reasonable answers to the questions. Because he was talking about, being that he's an athlete. He's on the road so constantly, he doesn't want to have a kid during that time and miss all the key points in the
10
kid's life.
And he's
years.
seen that happen, and
Yeah.
he doesn't want that. And he's also been married, and he realizes he's been on that road before, and he doesn't want to do it again. So I understand John Cena's perspective, and he even said on his first date with Nikki, he told her flat out, "Look, I am not looking to get married. I'm not wanting children. Are you okay? Do you want to ride with this?" And she did.
Yeah.
But now Nikki has a change of heart, and after her twin sister's beautiful engagement party, she realizes that she wants more to her life than just being with John.
But does she or does she want a ring?
I think she wants both, based on her friends being shocked that
Yeah.
she was okay with not having children.
Well, yeah, not
No.
children. The marriage part, does she want a ring or does she want the marriage?
She wants the ring to show, hey, do you see this ring?
I'm
John
taken.
Cena gave it to me.
Well, she also said that she might resent him if she's dating him for 10, 15 years, and then she's still not engaged to him, thinking,
Still
why
not
is this
engaged, still
guy
no
not putting a
kids.
rock
Why
on me?
not? Yeah.
Right. So I totally get her point.
Yeah.
I mean, out of all the 4 storylines going on, Nikki was the one that I kind of felt more for, because we've all been in that situation where you can really care about someone, but there's like a
And
wall.
he's not budging.
Nope, he's not budging.
No.
And that's fair too, because he laid out his cards on the table and said, "This is what I can give you, and this is what I can't give you."
Yeah, he said from like you said, from like the very first date, from day one, he's like, all right, here's the deal. No matter how far along this goes, if it ends on date 1 or it ends on date 1001, this is not going to happen.
I really respect him for that. And
I do.
And his reasons for not wanting children, they were really good.
yeah.
This isn't something that he's like, I just don't want to have kids, I just don't want to get married. This is something that he is like, this is what he
Thought
thinks
about.
about. Like, he is so passionate about not wanting to get married and not wanting kids. But it's not, and he said, I live a selfish lifestyle. And like, he's not willing to put himself out there. Like, he is saying, I am not ready to I don't
And
want to be
he's-
a father. I don't want to sacrifice my time, my money, like whatever, for a kid.
And I'm actually really impressed with how the conversation went. He was very mature about it, and he wasn't aggressive or defensive. I was very impressed with him.
Yeah, he was very conversational.
I really was.
Yeah, he knew that this was obviously a very sore subject for her, so he was even saying like, I'm gonna try to be calm and choose my words carefully, because he even want to make sure like I don't want to say something incorrectly that somehow offends her, because he cares for her deeply. But he's like I will do anything in this world for you except get married and have kids,
which is a huge thing for her.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially kids. And she said, when he's gone, like, or if we grow old together and he dies, I'm gonna have no one. And that's true. Like, and there's no legacy and.
Well, you know, some people don't want children. John Cena being one of them, and we don't know what's gonna happen in season 2, but you know, you might want to consider, like, John might have to be dating someone who also has that same dream, that doesn't want children, who's more just doesn't want children, doesn't want to get married. Because I based on everything that I've seen, I think Nikki wants all of that. I think there's a part of her that wants what Brie has as well.
I agree.
But is she ready for it, or does she want it because Brie has it now?
I think she's ready for it.
See, I don't. Because if you're going from having all your college friends and like former coworker friends, you're running around the mansion talking about, hey, the shower party's going to be later, running down water slides and jumping off the pools with all these crazy drinks, getting drunk, dude, you should have kids. No, you're not ready for kids if you're running around doing all that crazy stuff to me.
I completely disagree with you.
And just because it takes 9 months for the kid to come.
Yeah.
So it's like going to be at least a year.
I mean, think about it this way.
And she was worried about, I can't drink wine for 9 months if I have a kid. Because she took the pregnancy test in the friggin' bathroom at a show.
That is, by the way, that was so childish, by the way. I didn't like that at all.
And Brie was like, really? At work?
Like, we're around everyone right now.
But I think that if she got pregnant, she'd be ready for it. I don't think Nikki's not ready because she's having fun. That doesn't validate her being ready. Does that make sense?
Well, if you think about it, I mean, she'd take... I mean, as far as she'd be happy on one end for having a kid, but she'd be an emotional wreck because if you're pregnant, you're out of the WWE for at least a year and a half.
But I don't know if that's... I don't get the feeling that would be something that she would be really upset about.
And I also don't think that she's thinking about having that right now.
Right, exactly.
She wants the possibility of that in the future.
Yeah.
So that's the conflict, is she knows that there's no possibility if she stays with John Cena. And that's something that she's gonna have to give up, and that's a huge thing to give up.
Yeah.
Especially if you want something like that. Yeah. So
it is.
I don't know. What do you guys have any predictions on that?
And predictions? Head into season 2, like an official season 2.
Ooh, look at that. Yeah, official season 2.
AfterBuzz TV
Well, she said at the end she might have to rethink living there. We know she ain't moving out. We already know that.
And a part of me kind of hopes she does for herself.
I think just because it'd be an interesting twist. We're like, oh wait, no, she's going forward with it. So Cena, you might have to change your game plan if you want to win her back, type deal. But that's not gonna happen.
But that's not gonna happen. And
no.
The irony is, I feel that when Eva Marie said she lost her identity with her ex-fiance, I kind of feel like Nikki's doing that with John Cena.
And Nikki said, I'm making all the sacrifices.
Yes. Yes.
At least she realized, but she's not willing to do anything about it. But when you're that in love and you love the lifestyle and the way you're living, it's hard to give that up. But if kids and marriage is something that she really wants, she's going to have to weigh up.
I mean, that's the most real I've seen Nikki in this whole season for me, was when she was having this particular conversation with John Cena. So we'll see what happens.
I think it's sad because that's such a heartbreaking decision to make. Because you're going to be hurt whichever way.
Yeah, no matter what, someone isn't happy.
Yeah.
And it's also scary because who knows if you'll find someone that you love as much as John Cena or have kids eventually.
But it's also real life, and how, like, not everything can result in everyone being happy.
True.
So it's like, hey, you're gonna have to deal with it. This is what we're gonna have to deal with.
You just gotta take a risk.
Yeah.
That's
Go with your gut.
Good luck, Nikki. Can't wait to see you again next season. It's true. I want to see her answer. Do you move out?
I don't think she does.
She ain't going anywhere. She's not leaving that castle. Are you crazy?
Do you guys think that we are going to see a Brie Bryan wedding next season?
I don't know if it'll be next season because it depends if they're rushing it for the show or if they're just going to have like a legitimate wedding in like a year from now.
Do you think we'll have an Eva Jonathan wedding?
No.
I hope not.
Do you think we'll have a Trinity John wedding?
That would be good.
How about a Ariane Vinny wedding?
That's for the spinoff. Because they still need their spinoff.
I'd like to see a Brie and Bryan wedding.
Yeah.
I think it would be a cute wedding.
It would be super
They're
foresty.
so in love, and I think it's so...
Yeah.
I love them.
I agree.
I think they're really cute.
And maybe we'll see more JoJo, but maybe not.
I
Where are
doubt
you,
it.
JoJo? Where are
She's
you?
training, trying to become a real diva, unlike Eva Marie.
Good for her. Good for her.
Yeah.
Well, everyone chooses their expertise, and Eva Marie's the show stopper. Not really, but yes, I guess so.
Oh, we didn't get a chance to talk about. They showed her first match on Raw.
Oh yes. And then,
which was from when we watched it here at AfterBuzz and talked about it. We talked about it was one of the worst female, or not just female, one of the worst in-ring performances that we have seen in, I don't know, a decade or so.
she was terrible.
She was terrible.
I mean, there was news about
She
her,
was
and
awful.
there was news about why did the WWE let her perform on Raw. There was all kinds of backlash on it, but I think on the show on Total Divas, it didn't look that bad. I mean, it looked bad, but for a viewer who doesn't necessarily watch wrestling,
the only time we...
I
Yeah.
didn't think it looked that bad.
See?
Okay.
That's what I thought.
See, even for the people that, to me, people that might not be familiar with it, only want to like you, I think you would be able to judge it from when they cut to watching Trinity and Ariane watch it, and they're both just like, oh no,
Really?
yeah, they did
oh
look
no,
like that.
oh no, oh this is bad.
That's funny.
I mean, if Ariane is looking saying this is bad, you know it's bad.
Because Ariane's not at the.
Oh, they should have
She's
shown
improved.
that.
She's improved quite a bit,
Yeah.
but she's nowhere near Trinity and Natalia
Well,
and AJ.
Eva
and the
Marie
Bellas, for that
might
matter.
be improving as we speak. Maybe she's been trying really hard, as she says. So
Just like trying really hard to convince her family, hey, this guy's great.
I will see how long that lasts.
She really
snap
didn't
indeed.
try that hard.
She really didn't.
She didn't, like, give him a little bit of boost. Like, say, he's a great guy. He really looks after me. She did nothing.
I just. Enough about her. I just. Honestly, I can go.
That's a
on
great
for
way to end the
ages.
season. Enough about her.
Yes, and we ended our season of AfterBuzz TV's Total Divas After Show. Come back next season 2. We'll be here, and we will be
That's
talking,
right.
hopefully seeing weddings, Nikki's decision, etc., etc., etc. In the meantime, where can we find you guys?
You can find me on Twitter at CRosieVOC, and you can check me out later tonight with the Voice AfterBuzz finale. I got 2 finales in one night.
Nice.
It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. Thank you, studio audience. I don't know why you were applauding. And of course, SmackDown AfterBuzz Friday nights.
Yes.
You can find me at Road to Making It on Twitter and Instagram.
You can find me at KAORIOUS, Kaorius. And then tonight at 7 o'clock, Game Control Live is our last video game show of the year. We will be talking about our favorite 2013 stuff. And then I do SmackDown along with Rosie. So we will
Yeah,
catch
you
you
do.
guys soon, here and there, everywhere. AfterBuzz
Happy
TV. See ya.
holidays!
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.